You know all those big goals you have, the ones you're chasing? Well, what if I told you that the very act of chasing them is exactly what's holding you back? In this explainer, we're going to dig into this really powerful idea that the true key to changing your life isn't about the goal. It's about what you do right now, today.
Yeah, I know. It sounds totally backward, right? I mean, we're always told to keep your eyes on the prize, to visualize the win. But what if that common advice is actually just creating this endless cycle of stress and, well, not doing anything? Why is it that staring at the finish line can actually keep you from ever leaving the starting block? Let's get into it.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about a trap that so many of us fall into. It's what we call the outcome obsession. This is when we get so fixated on the final result that we completely lose sight of the actual path right in front of us.
So, just to put this in perspective, let's think about the calendar for a second. Imagine it's the last month of 2025. That's just 1/12 of the year left. Now that might sound like not a lot of time, but you'd be amazed at how much real, meaningful change you can create in that time. But only if you're focused on the right stuff.
And here's the big paradox, right? When you think about those huge, life-changing moments, they almost never happen because someone was just daydreaming about the finish line. In fact, being obsessed with that outcome, it often just makes you feel stuck. The gap between where you are right now and where you want to be just feels huge, almost impossible to cross.
Okay, so if obsessing over the outcome is the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us to the real lever of change. And it all comes down to understanding one key difference that honestly can change everything.
This breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got outcomes. That's the stuff you get. And on the other, you have actions. That's the stuff you do. Here's a great way to think about it. You are the CEO of your actions. You have 100% control. But when it comes to outcomes, you're more like a shareholder. You have influence, for sure, but there are tons of other factors at play that you just can't control.
Let's get specific. What are outcomes? Well, it's things like how much money you'll make, how big your business will grow, how many likes you're going to get on social media, or that magic number on the scale. You see the pattern, right? These are all results. They happen after the work is done.
Now let's flip that. What are actions? It's how many good reps you do at the gym. It's how consistent you are with your writing habit. It's how often you practice that new skill. It's just showing up day after day. These are the levers you can pull. These are the things you have direct, total control over, starting right now.
And this is the whole point. Your big, shiny goals, you don't actually control them, but your actions, the quality of your effort, the consistency, that is 100% on you. And that's exactly where your focus needs to be.
And you know, when you make that little mental switch from obsessing over outcomes to focusing on actions, something really powerful starts to happen. You stop chasing and you start creating.
And you can literally feel the difference, Katja. Chasing feels stressful, kind of desperate, and you're always reacting to things. You're waiting for something outside of you to tell you you're doing okay. But creating, man, that feels grounded. It puts you in control, back in the driver's seat. It's proactive, it's empowering, because it's all about what you are doing.
And this is exactly why it's so effective. When you shift from getting to doing, you're forced to get real. You have to stop daydreaming and start planning. You have to ask yourself, okay, for real, do I actually have time in my schedule for this? It makes you put your most valuable resources, your time and your energy, where your mouth is.
Now, hold on. This doesn't mean goals are bad or useless. Absolutely not. It just means we need to use them in the right way. So stop thinking of your goal as the destination and start thinking of it as your compass.
I really love this metaphor. A goal is your North Star, right? It's just there to give you a direction. You glance up at it every once in a while to make sure you're still heading the right way, but your real focus, it's on your feet. It's on the very next step you're taking.
So how do you actually do this? It's a pretty simple 3-step plan. First, ask the right question. Okay, given my goal, what actions do I actually need to take? Step 2, schedule the effort. Don't just hope you'll get to it, put it on your calendar, block out the time. And number 3, and yeah, this can be the hardest one, you have to let go. Trust the process, do the work, and trust that the outcomes will follow.
You know, one of the best side effects of this whole approach is how it completely changes your relationship with failure. When you don't hit an outcome, it's not a personal failing anymore. It's not a reason to beat yourself up. It's just data. It's feedback you can use.
And just look at how this changes the conversation you have in your own head.
Instead of that judgmental voice asking, why did I fail? You start asking productive questions. Okay, what did I learn from that? And the big one, what will I do differently next time? See, one gets you stuck in the past, the other moves you forward.
All right, so we've gone through the why and the how. We've broken down the mindset shift. This last part is all about bringing it home.
It's about commitment.
So now I'm going to turn it back to you. Remember that last 1/12 of the year we talked about? Think about that time. What actions, what doing goals are you going to commit to? I'm not asking what you hope will happen. I'm asking, what are you, without a doubt, going to do?
And here's the final challenge. Don't just let this be an interesting idea you heard. Make it real. Put it in writing. Right now. Grab a pen, open a note on your phone, whatever, and write this sentence. This month, I commit to doing, and then you fill in the blank. A specific, controllable action you can do every day or every week. Because that simple act, that written promise to yourself, that's the first step. That's the true lever of change.